The 805 Focus is brought to you in part by Nonprofit Connect. Nonprofit Connect provides superior leadership tools and resources so nonprofit leaders and board members can make valuable decisions to move their organization forward to a sustainable and vibrant future. More information on services online at nonprofitconnect.org.
Welcome to 805 Focus. I'm Dr. Cinder Sinclair with Nonprofit Connect, and we will be bringing you the latest on your favorite nonprofits. So get ready to be inspired. Our special guest today is Michael Rassler. Michael is the president and CEO of Hillside of Santa Barbara. Welcome, Michael.
Hi, Cinder. How are you?
Doing great. How about you?
Fantastic. Thank you.
Great. Well, thanks so much for being with us, and I am very eager to hear all about what's happening at Hillside these days.
Wow, it's been a lot, especially given the circumstances in the care for our residents. We have 59 adults living with intellectual and developmental disabilities and a variety of underlying medical conditions. And Hillside is their forever home. We care for them, provide programming and services, food, housing, all of the hygiene, all of the housekeeping, all of the medical care, quite frankly, that these people need.
That's a lot.
It is, and it's 24/7. In addition to the 59 residents, we have 102 employees, because it is 24/7. So there's a crew there in the evening, morning, midday, afternoon, and it's an incredible family. I got to tell you,
it sounds like
the residents themselves, love each other, care for each other, look out for each other, and the staff, they care for and love the residents like their own family. And the residents love the staff. And literally every day there is something truly inspiring, whether it's resident to resident, staff to resident. One of the partner organizations that we work with, and we collaborate with quite a few in the community.
Oh, that's good.
It just really is a very special place that in Santa Barbara, when somebody, unfortunately, finds himself in a situation where they have a handicapped child, intellectual or developmental, and we all pray and hope that it's not us, but it is us. It's our families, it's our friends, it's our neighbors, and sometimes there comes a point where the family just can no longer care for their loved one in a way that they'd want to. They can't lift them. They don't have the equipment. They can't deal with the feeding or the medical needs or any of a variety of other issues. And Hillside is a place, a very special place here in Santa Barbara, where family members know that their loved ones are cared for, that they are given every opportunity to live their fullest life in whatever way that may be.
Wow. Now it sounds like, there's no time limit for how long a person can live there?
No, in fact, when Hillside was founded 75 years ago, it was primarily for children with cerebral palsy.
Oh.
Those children grew, and eventually it was caring for young adults and then adults, and eventually transitioned to an adult facility. So our youngest resident is 25 or 26.
Okay, all right.
And our oldest just celebrated her 77th birthday.
Oh gosh.
Which is incredible. What's really incredible, and her name's Barbara Williams, a lovely, lovely woman. Not only did she just have her 77th birthday, but she celebrated her 66th year at Hillside.
Golly.
She is our oldest and longest tenured resident. And I'll tell you, Barbara looks out for everybody. She's an inspiration. She's got an attitude and a personality to match that every day is an adventure. And she keeps us on her toes as well as her fellow residents, and she's always looking out for everybody. So it really runs the gamut.
Sounds like it. Wow, and so Hillside is for people with disabilities, regardless of their age, really. I mean, what's the youngest that you would take?
We've taken residents in 19 or 20.
Okay.
Our current youngest resident has been there about 6 years, and I believe he just turned 26.
So you would prefer someone 18 and older then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's an adult facility. It's an intermediate care facility, an ICF, and there are certain standards and regulations and guidelines that we adhere to together with our partners, Tri-County Regional Center, the California Department of Public Health, and a myriad of oversight agencies.
So I haven't heard that term, intermediate care. Tell us what that means.
Well, it's the type of care that I described. It's the residents are there, living as independently as they can.
Okay.
They're not locked in. It's their home, and we provide intermediate care. It's not acute care, because many of them don't need 24/7 respirator, for example.
Gotcha.
But they do need monitoring and assistance. So we provide all of that assistance through a team of nurses, skilled nursing assistants, program staff. We work with a variety of contract people to provide all of the therapies, speech and language, occupational, physical, aquatic, and some of our own program staff do some of that.
So it's really life enhancing. It's
Truly.
not just a place to be and to live. You're really...
No, it truly is a place where people have an opportunities that they wouldn't have otherwise. I don't know that a day goes by that everybody has somewhere to go, something to do, something they're looking for or had planned the day before to do today. Mm-hmm. And our staff, together with the agencies in town that we collaborate with, provide that through transportation, through day programs. So Easy Lift is a tremendous partner that we work with. Assistance League has been incredibly generous and partners with us, and many of the women there have adopted residents, secret friend kind of thing.
Oh, that's great.
We work with Unity Shop as well, and Alpha Resource Center. As I mentioned, many of our residents go to their various day programs. Unfortunately, when those day programs cannot operate, whether that's because of COVID or something else, then our residents stay in, and we provide those programs and services.
Gotcha.
So, over the 20 and 21 years, with COVID, our operation has shifted dramatically because we're not participating. None of the day programs, have been able to be open until fairly recently, and then with a surge have had to close again. So we're constantly monitoring and tracking what's happening in that and in other areas, and adjusting and engaging our work and workload and programs and activities to meet not so much the needs, of course the needs, but the wants of the residents. Yeah. What kind of program do they want? Yeah. Is it literature? Is it art? Is it the physical activity? And we bring those things to them, and it's a tremendously engaging group that we have, both residents and the staff.
That's great. So I love the way that you collaborate with so many different organizations. So you actually, before COVID anyway, take people to like Alpha Resource, for example, to participate. There's no sense in reinventing the wheel unless, of course, like you say, you have to.
There are some things that we do that are uniquely, Hillside. But we've got a wonderful community of incredible agencies and philanthropic leaders and organizations that are connected to social impact, and they're connected to the philanthropy that really moves a lot of Santa Barbara. And your support, you folks out there, not only for Hillside, of course, but for all of the organizations. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, I'm sure all of the donors would say, for all of your fabulous work. So I'll bet you might have a story or two for us.
I do. I've got a couple stories I'd like to share, and thank you. They're both short stories. The first one's a longer short story, and it's about Barbara Williams, who just celebrated her 77th birthday, as I mentioned. And the entire resident population And almost every staff member that was on campus at that time, it was there in our community room to celebrate with a big cake. The women from Assistance League had, it took her all week to open the presents that she got.
Oh, golly.
And Barbara's comments were really, about everybody else, not herself.
Oh.
And just keeping people focused, that the prize is still ahead.
Oh, well,
and
good for her.
just inspiring. So that's the short, long story of the resident who's been there 66 years, and just a tremendous woman. The short story might take a little longer to tell, but it's with regard to this young man I was discussing earlier, our youngest resident. And I spoke with his mom, who was sharing with me the impact Hillside has had on her family, and literally telling me that she has a happy marriage again, she has a relationship with her daughter again, that they can come and visit their son and be happy and be a family again. The burden of his particular medical and disability needs was too much.
Oh.
And it was breaking the family.
Oh, gosh.
And it is a tremendous success story, not just for the family and the young man who lives at Hillside, but for Hillside and really our community.
Yes.
Because that's what it's about, is keeping family and community together, to building and growing family and community. And as I said, it's a tremendous success story.
That's a shining example. And so let's just say that someone is watching this and they're saying, gosh, maybe it's time for me to look into having my loved one maybe go to Hillside. What would you say to that person?
Well, I would say give us a call.
Okay.
We're called Tri-County Regional Center, who does a lot of the placement in Santa Barbara, Ventura, and SLO counties.
Oh, okay.
That would be a direction, or visit our website, hillsidesb.org, and give us a call or send in a message, and we will get back to you and do an evaluation. And we're basically full, but things happen in transition.
Sure.
And if it's something you'd be interested in, please look into it.
That's really great. And do you think that most communities have a service like this?
No, they really don't. Most communities may have a variety of independent group homes or some sort of assisted living for folks with intellectual or developmental disabilities. But an institutional setting like this, and it's 75 years old, and when built, certainly state of the art, absolutely.
Yeah.
But at this time, we need to change and transition. There really aren't, and quite frankly, we are eliminating institutional settings for this population, and moving into integrated living. And one of the visions that we have at Hillside is to create a mixed abilities, integrated community, bringing senior housing onto the campus.
Oh, gosh.
Which we think is a wonderful mix and opportunity for those seniors that had careers or professions in an area that they might want to volunteer and help with residents or be on that campus. And many of our residents volunteer and work out in the community, and may want to help with some of the seniors.
Oh, that's a beautiful vision.
There's really some wonderful opportunity for collaboration and some synergy. And we see it as a beautiful campus with beautiful outdoor spaces and walking trails, and connecting to a lot of the other work that is happening in Santa Barbara right now.
So you do typically use volunteers?
Typically we do, and we have a wonderful cadre of volunteers that are involved in all sorts of activities and fun and helping, whether it's reading or planting and working in the garden, or assisting at meal or any of the social activity times.
Okay.
And right now it's hard without volunteers.
Sure.
And for us, unlike many businesses, we don't have any distance work. Nobody can work remotely.
You're right.
And everybody needs to be there. And obviously, in a time like we've experienced, that's very difficult. And even one instance, one positive COVID test has a cascading waterfall effect on the staff, on the residents, having to go into lockdown, having to quarantine. How do you move people from their roommates to being in an isolation room? What are the staffing implications of that? Not being able to participate in the day programs. And it's, I mean, the staff has been incredible and have really stepped up beyond what anybody would ever imagine or even hope for. I mean, they truly are angels. But there's a lot of overtime. There's a lot of work with Nurse Corps and other outside organizations to provide the relief work that we need, because not everybody can work 2 shifts in a row every day or 3 shifts.
Right.
And and it's tough right now finding the help we need. Supporting Hillside, supporting the residents right now financially is critically important. We need and we can, both as an agency and as a community, we need to and we can do more. And we're committed to doing that. We just need help from the people out there watching.
And so let's just say someone is really interested in giving a financial donation to Hillside. It's tax deductible.
Yes.
They can go on your website and donate, or they can
pick up the phone and call us. They can go on the website. They can mail it in. They can come by and visit. Anyway, they want to reach out to us, we will respond, and respond with great appreciation. And it's more than appreciation. It's growing a sense of presence and visibility. Hillside is located in a part of Santa Barbara known as Hidden Valley, which is really perfect.
And beautiful.
It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. But it's perfect because we are one of those best kept secrets. We are hidden away.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, for many, many years, that's what we all did with our handicapped family members.
Well, yes,
and
yes.
Hillside is a place where they're not hidden away. They are out in the open, they are out in the community, they are out on the campus, they are doing, they are living, they are enjoying, and in many, many cases, they are thriving. And that's exciting, and it's fun to see.
So do you have any, fundraising events coming up in the near future?
Yes.
Or that you have every year?
Thank you. Yeah, we have an annual soiree. That's our big gala. If you haven't received your invitations yet, you should expect it momentarily. And you can always visit our website and just go to that drop-down tab for soiree and register or make a gift there directly. And I think many in your audience know about our Shining Light on Abilities holiday light display every December. The Santa Barbara trolley comes through Hillside, and it's actually an incredible interactive light display.
It is.
With a Santa sled that you can actually go on and sit amongst the toys, and an adaptive Santa sled, so if you have a loved one in a wheelchair, they get to ride with Santa too.
That's
and
great.
There's a reindeer, and there's a snowman, and there's a polar bear, and lights in the trees.
Yeah.
It's really a highlight for the the Santa Barbara trolley light tour. So if you haven't ever done that, this is a year to get on the trolley, and you can also just, as you're driving through neighborhoods looking at lights during the holidays, come on over to Hillside and see what we have on display.
Yeah, that's very
And we
fun.
have corporate sponsors and individual sponsors as well.
Good.
So if you'd like several thousand people of Santa Barbara that will drive through Hillside for the Shining Light on Abilities holiday display, we'd be happy to help put your company's name in front of everybody.
Good. That's a great opportunity. Yeah. So we have about a minute left. Is there anything in particular that you'd want to add so that people know more about Hillside?
Well, I would encourage everybody to visit our website, hillsidesb.org. Everything you'd want to know is there, from different statistics to videos, photographs, stories, as well as an opportunity to meet some of the staff, who have their profiles there as well. I will leave the audience with, if you don't know Hillside, get to know Hillside.
That's great.
You won't be sorry you did.
Sounds like they'll be inspired.
They should be. I am every day.
Good. I can see that. Well, Michael, thank you so much for being with us on 805 Focus.
Thank you, Cinder. I really appreciate it.
And thank you for being with us on 805 Focus, and we will see you next time.